Hello, welcome back. Last time I did Sequence Gap Interpolator and had a pretty good time with it. It took a bit, but it was good. I've been sent another program by the same person who had the super fast sequence sorter and the other stuff. For image test pattern 3, implementing the one idea that I had for it, where you would draw the black pixels and, it'd be more efficient if you could go row by row and just skip the right things. Google Translate tells me this is pronounced najrglejsi, and it means the fastest. So I'm not going to let this complete fully, but let's just run it. So this is the pattern that it draws. Starts in the middle and goes up, interestingly. But yeah, goes all the way across for most of those. I can let this image fully complete because it'll go to test 2, test 3, even though they're the same, just to make sure. Yeah, all right. So that is the pattern that he used. This apparently completes in, what did that email say? 891 cycles, which is a couple of cycles slower than the very fastest solution I found online. Well, I didn't find the solution, just a report that somebody had got it to 883, I think. This apparently takes advantage of order of any, like any reads from, what was it, left up, down, left up, right, or something like that. I can't actually see what it's doing, though. What a nightmare this must have been to debug. Or no, I can see it moving from one port to the other one. But yeah, there's something or other with the order of any here. I'm not going to pick this program apart fully. I just sort of wanted to see what pattern it drew and take a quick little look at it. Couple of weird things stuck out to me while I was typing this in. This JRow -6 instead of jumping to a label. I'm not sure if that has any advantage, or if you just didn't feel like typing a label for this jump. I don't think that would execute any faster or anything. It's just a label-less jump. Another thing was I spotted this, a jigs and then a jez right in a row instead of a jills to a different label. I can think of reasons that might be, but it is a little bit weird that you would allow like 2 instructions to execute there. But basically, like, if you're following the right pattern, like a pattern that will output pixels in the most efficient way, and you never starve this node, then nothing else that happens here matters. Just if you always get its input as fast as you can get it, then this will be as fast as possible. So you just have to make sure you can keep up from all these others. So yeah, this looks like a clever thing. Again, not going to pick it all the way apart. I see some raw data here. I see some weird stuff with move right nil. I don't know what this is doing. But yeah, it draws a pattern like that, and that's pretty neat. Apparently 891 compared to my 1542 that I was so proud of. I still am. It's just that my pattern wasn't as good as it could have been. But my speed of drawing that inefficient pattern was pretty good. Anyway, decimal to octal converter. My confusion at the name of this last time was because I think of things like number bases as having to do with text, like ASCII output, rather than numbers. This is a computer that only understands integer outputs. There's no actual text rendering, barring stuff like this. But yeah, so like in numbers, I'm going to have to convert, like I have to convert a decimal number into something that is a decimal number that looks like an octal number. Read decimal value from in, write value in octal notation, base 8 to out. And that's just weird to think about. Like that is awkward. Like instead of, take the ASCII value for 3 and the ASCII value for 2, interpret that as a binary number, an integer, then turn that integer into a different ASCII representation of, 4, 0. I just have to think about it in this weird, awkward way. Okay, we need to keep the gate open and try to get back to our world. How do we do that? The gate isn't open yet. Randy? No gate. Okay, then how are we doing any of this? Hang on, let me think this through. Quantum mechanics can be counterintuitive. You don't say. All right. So So, okay. I correctly predicted what I would be doing and how I would be doing it here. However, I didn't think far enough ahead as to like how I would implement that. So, looks as though these are no more than 2-digit octal numbers. This is about the highest you'll get. 75 is 61. 76. 77. Okay, so that's as high as you'll go. You'll never get 100. I don't like octal as a number base. It's just awkward and not good for much of anything. In my experience, I have rarely found it useful. But it's what we're working with here. So, concepts. Thinking about composition. So remember all those puzzles where I was doing this binary decomposition on the decimal integers? Well, I mean, again, they're not even decimal. They're just represented as integers with no particular base. It's just that when you output them, they happen to print in decimal. And that's why I'm saying this is a weird, awkward thing, because I need to make a number that is a decimal number that happens to print in a way that looks like an octal number. Okay. So if I were to... Yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to be another decompose, recompose sort of problem. Yeah, if I just decompose binary and just recompose in a slightly different way, this might actually not end up being too awkward. Because I guess one nice thing about octal is each digit corresponds directly to a set of 4 bits, unlike decimal, where they overlap. So yeah, just a binary decomposition with a different representation on recomposition will be fine. Okay. So, how did I do that before? What were those other puzzles where I have done this? I did it for signal divider, I think, for example. No, I didn't. No, this is division by an arbitrary amount. It was like sequence prescaler, that's the one. Yeah, okay, so you move bits down. You move bits down and subtract each one. Yeah, okay, so you repeat it. You subtract the bit. If you end up with a negative number, you know the bit's not set. If your number's positive, you know it is set. That's right, I remember. Then you send signals on based on which bits are set or not. And it does that. Okay. So I think I'm basically just writing another signal prescaler here. Yeah, that's what this is going to amount to. Okay. And I have lots of node space. All right, this is going to be an easy one. Now that I've come up with a plan. So let's start with this. Let's not make any attempt to be node efficient. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so you will need to repeat this like that. No, wait, hang on. Go back to signal prescaler. How does this work again? Okay, right. No, you take the input comes in first, then each bit gets repeated. That's what it is. I'm thinking of this wrong. That node just happened to do both of those jobs at once. But again, since I have so much, whoopsie, so much node space, let's not worry about such a thing. So here, you're the decomposer. Right, I go up to 7, which is, again, I don't like thinking in octal. How many bits is it? No, it's 3, not 4. Yeah, 4 is a nibble. 3 is an octal digit, so I just need to move 40? No, not 40. 40 in octal, but in decimal that's 32, right? Yes, that's the first entry. Look at that. I can probably just have this repeat its values. Since there's only 6 bits here. Yeah, 6 times 2 is 12. 15. No. So 8. This feels a little bit rehashy. Like I've tread this ground before. But that's fine. This shouldn't take too long. Why did clicking here put my cursor there? You saw that. Did I see that? I was pretty sure I clicked here. Okay, so anyway, got a number here. Sub right, left. JLZ bit not set. Add left. Wait, how do I know when to terminate? When you get a negative number, do you have like a J row? You do have a J row. Okay. Yeah, so that's an advantage of doing this with an extra node. I might want an extra node in the thingy. What I'm implementing here is not going to be fast, by the way. Okay, well, let's spool it out like this, just so I don't have to retype all those rights. So you're going to be doing this. So you do a J row left. I don't call anything next, I call it done. Or start. Sure, okay, so jump loop. No, but you need to know, never mind. Okay, so done. I know what I'm doing, this is fine. Actually, yeah, JLZ done. No, wait. So you want to do that. I don't know why 6 is my guess for what the instruction offset is going to be. It's probably wrong. And then you just fall through to here. All right. And you are the repeater, so I don't need repeated values in here anymore. Okay. So you're going to move left, ACK, J row left. So there's the 1, sub left. There's this. JLZ BNS. If not less than 0, then you want to do that. And then signal down that the bit is set. And also, actually, it's not 6, it's -1. Because you want to go back here and read a new value. Yes. Okay, great. So add left, BNS add left, move -1 down or something. These values will probably change to something else. Sounds sensible. Okay. So now how did the rest of that work? Yeah, just like totally cribbing off of this program. So right, and I don't even need to do these, although I could for ease. have two separate ones. No, I don't. No, I'm not outputting three different things. No, it's just the one. Yeah, so that's just going to be probably a J-row offset for whether you want to add or ignore an incoming value from an adjacent node. Sure, let's say that. You don't have to do that up front, but you can. It's fine. So J-row up. So when you get a 1, the bit is set. Oh, right. No, you do actually need a different offset here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're instead going to move a different offset down because you need to actually write that out. Okay, great. All right. So I think my program's almost done here, actually. By the way, I need to move octal digits here. Well, I sure did type those right, didn't I? What I meant was this. There. Okay. This is most significant first. This is most significant first. Yes, this looks wrong. It's not. These numbers will look larger because they're larger in decimal because octal has a smaller range. All right, move 0, ACK, wait, J-row up, move 1 down, means add left, jump wait, move 1, 2, 3 down. Oops, that was a 4. My finger was on the wrong key. Move left, nil, jump wait, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means do that. All right, how's that sound? Any good? It's not fast, but it sure does work. Okay. Pretty unremarkable puzzle, honestly. Obviously, there were faster ways to do that, but you know, my way was fast in programmer time, not in CPU time, but I had the pattern already. I just reapplied it a different way. My statistics look bad, but who cares? It only took me 15 minutes. Okay, great. So that's decimal to octal converter. Prolonged sequence sorter. Oh no, that sounds horrible. Ah. Oh dear. Well, I don't like the sound of this. Sequence is terminated with -1. You want me to sort this entire thing that doesn't fit in a stack memory node? You sure about this? 1, 2, 3. I've never had an occasion to count these before. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So 39, okay, so this I already see lends itself to a completely different implementation. Obviously the stack memory nodes are going to be holding counts of each digit. Because these numbers are so small, I can do that. So just a count of the zeros, of the ones, of the, oh, okay. Well, hey, this puzzle's not going to be so bad then. All right. Wow. Prolonged sequence sorter is somehow going to be way easier than sequence sorter. I don't feel well at all. Carol? Randy? Is this because I'm phasing between worlds or something? Ugh, this sucks. All right. They're having a bad time. Okay, yeah, so just keep a count of each digit that comes in. All right. I mean, that's not going to be simple, but it's not going to be too bad. Okay, so I don't really want to be doing this here, but I really don't want to be doing it here either. So let's change our frame of reference. Yeah, this is plausible. Somebody has to initialize one of these stack memory nodes with the initial count, and I don't like having it be this one because that's doing input. Well, what else is it doing other than input? It can just do the input and the initialization, right? Well, no, somebody needs to do that and then just terminate, so why not you? Way the heck down here, doesn't have to be concerned with anybody. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, so this just has to happen and then terminate. I'll do a 0 here. Yeah, that's right. No, let's do, so wait, 10, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm micro-optimizing for like no reason at all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the correct number. Yes. Okay. I was having a fence post problem here, thinking I needed to change this to 11, but then that didn't make sense in my head because it was wrong. It's hard to think about these like greater than 0, greater than equal to 0. I'm subbing 1 here and then checking for 0, but like, doesn't that mean I'm doing this 9 times instead of 10? But no, because I hit 0 and then I do. Anyway, so right. Anyway, this is a classical fence post problem. It was easier to just run it and see what the answer was than think it through. All right. And then you terminate, great. So you initialize that. But see, the thing is, gonna have to hope that the rest of your stuff takes a bit longer. Okay, well, no, it's fine to have you do it, I think, because you won't be doing too much work. So phase 2 is, do I just move up, down? Probably. So let's say that you will so you're going to do something similar. So you get a value. How will you know to do this 10? Okay. I'm doing several things at once here, and it has removed my ability to talk. No, this is nothing about this seems right. This all seems very, very wrong. So anyway, your input number comes in. What I want you to do is pass that input number onto here. Why? Why not? Why don't you hold on to it? I want somebody to count, and it looks like I wanted it to be you. From 10 to 0. And when I've done that, figure out which index is the index of the thing being pulled out, and if it matches the number that's come in, and if it has, then add 1 before you insert it into the other stack. That's a mouthful, and it's much more of a mouthful in the TIS-100 instruction set. It's several mouthfuls. I don't even know what words I just said, so how will I express it here? So, right. So it's this is the long-term storage stack. This is the short-term storage one. It'll be convenient if I can like empty this down here, and then Well, let's worry about those details later. First, let me just count numbers. Didn't I implement something kind of like this? This is, again, giving me déjà vu of another puzzle that... Yeah, I remember. This was sequence mode calculator, only that was a lot more complicated. Yeah, parts of this are like a simpler sequence mode calculator. Wow, yeah, so like a mashup of the two hardest puzzles in the entire game, and somehow putting them together in this format is going to make a puzzle that's not so bad. What a weird thing. Two hard things make an easy thing. Huh. I'm calling this easy before having solved it. There may be major problems here that I'm not seeing yet. But I don't think there are. I think I've thought through like the high-level concept of this well enough to be sure this will work. And it won't be too bad to implement. It's just a little fiddly in the details. So what am I doing right now? What is my goal? You need to count down. Let's start with that. This will look a whole lot like that. Yeah, here we go. But this is wrong. Well, obviously also because I'm just discarding this value coming in by overwriting it with that. So, okay, so back buffers exist. Use them as necessary. So I think I want to put that into your back buffer. Stick this number over here. You are definitely running out of instructions. I'm 100% sure of that. I might be able to go via this route to get to reverse the stack. In fact, I think I want to. Yeah, so information will flow like this. Okay, sounds good. And then you're a controller to tell when to add one as it flows between here and here. That's my current idea. Probably going to need some J-rows in here for control flow. It's fine, don't worry about it yet. First, let's just count numbers. Jez something, but okay, so hang on. So you move this number over, you subtract it, Jez match, that's the one. So if you find a match, that happens. If you don't, you want to add, right? Why? Because you're counting, and you don't want to lose count. Yeah, that makes sense. But you need to report a result here. Okay, that's what I'm thinking right now. It seems plausible so far. So on match, you want to move something else. Loop would be this. Maybe. Right, when you get a match, you add one, and this is going to be inefficient because I'm going to let this run out its entire count. So obvious spot for optimization, but I'm not worried about it yet. I just want to get the puzzle to work. So but how do you know when you're done? Do you ask this thing? All right, well, let's finish this thought. 1, 2, 3, 3. So you do that. Jump past this. Match. So swap, add 1. You're probably going to have to swap again. Hang on, so who's what? The back buffer of this is the thing that was pulled out of here. Hold on, so move right ACK. Swap that to the back. Pull, or sorry, move. I keep thinking information's flowing this way. That was the first thing that entered my mind, and it's still sticking there. No, it flows this way, counterclockwise. From top to bottom, then from bottom to top here. Okay, so I pull out a value, put it in the back buffer. So the front buffer is the input value. I move it over here. It compares it. When there is a you want to do that regardless, pretty much. When there's not a match, you just ask for this. Oh, actually, no, you can totally terminate here because you have a J-row. This is fine. Yes, I'll expect a match here, so you don't have to do that. That's great. Okay, so this just got smarter. Good stuff. Where was I? I lost my place. So you count from 10 or from 9 to 0. Subtract the value that came in. That's the one that's being sent here. See if it's a match. If it's not, you add it back in again. This needs to do that, certainly. Yeah, so take the value you took out of there, put it there. I'm not using any markers in these stacks, I'm just counting to 10, which is fine. You certainly won't be doing most of this. Yeah, that's what you want to do at that point. Probably some more instructions to, like, send the contents of this over here. Oh. I think I know what I'm doing here. I have a plan. I'll get the remaining count of things. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. I got this under control. I have a plan, I think. I just can't put it into words, which is probably bad because that probably means my plan's not fully formed. Finish your thought here. Are these programs done? My instinct says no, but I can't say why. What are they doing? What am I trying to do? So, anyway, you initialize. Then you get, okay, I think this program's actually, well, no, it's not done yet. You're going to need some logic for moving stuff, the information that's flowing here, but let's not worry about that yet. So code goes there. That's fine. Right, so you initialize, you move a value down. This moves that value over here. This saves it in its buffer, its back buffer. pulls a value from here, which will be 0 initially, and puts it in the back buffer. It moves the input value left. This compares it to its count. When it gets a match, it tells this to advance by 3 instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want 5 instructions. When it doesn't get a match, it advances by 1 instruction. Pushing this over here, undoing the damage you did with the sub, with that, and continuing to count down. Yeah, so this only knows to terminate by getting a match. So when I get a -1 here, then that needs to trigger an entirely new code path. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So you will trigger that new code path and probably shuffle. Actually, you'll probably make information flow backward like this and out there. That's fine. That'll be phase 3. So let's call it that. There are 3 phases. One is here, P1. Phase 1 init. Phase 2 is where you spend most of your time. It's reading all of those. Phase 3 is the last one where you dump that to the output. Okay, so no output will happen until I've processed this entire list. Okay, so when the input comes in, it goes over here. Then you're going to get ready to do something. I have a plan with this. I'll get to that. This is as much for my own benefit as anything. So right. I went over this. You're non-destructive when you get a non-match. Right, you undo your damage. Go back to your loop. You take the unchanged value from here and put it down there. And continue with your thing. So when we get a match, you're going to go from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the back buffer. Yeah, just like you do. This swap is wrong. This is not the loop that I want to do. Yeah, because this is... Okay, so input is in front. It's in back. It's in front. Moves over there. Moves over there. It's in the back. Still correct. Okay, so that part is right. When you go here... Input is in the front? Yes, this value never goes over here. It's only this. So input is... Okay, so hang on. Front, back, front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still in the front. Yeah, so you put it in the back, add the 1, move that down there, and then you don't care what the thing is anymore. Okay, so then you are going to report your remaining count over to the right. So you are going to subtract that from 10, and that's the number of times you need to pull a value from here and put it in there to rebalance the stack. Okay, great. So, sub left. You'll need some extra logic for phase 3, but that's fine. Let's not worry about that yet. That only needs to come at the very end. I can definitely fit that into these nodes at this point, unless this gets or one of these gets too full of instructions. But right now I think it's going to fit fine. Okay, so right, you have the count. This is looking awfully familiar. You don't know that this will not be 10. You don't know that this will not be 10, so you need to... Well, I mean, it's just as good to do this. JLZ... Sounds fine. So yeah, when you've reached the end of that, that's fine. So then you just want to move one down, move down, up. Do I want to move one up too? I think so. I didn't type a comma. That bothers me, even though it's technically unnecessary. This is getting a bit weird, but I think it's okay. So done means I would move -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, -2. Yes. So that continues with its business. You continue with your business. Let's see how this does. I feel like I'm missing some important stuff, but what's it going to do? It initialized with the zeros. You're waiting for a J row. Because you moved that to ACK. Why? Shouldn't you have moved it down? Oh, right, because I was going to JLZ. So you need to move ACK down. So then your offset increases by 1. Okay, so now how about it? Things are happening. You counted. So right, this is backward, so the 1 was all the way... Well, no, it's not really backward. So the 1 ends up there in that position. Okay, so something deadlocked. Reasonable. So let's pause right around here. So you get to 1, you can add 1. I mean, that much worked, so that was good. So that came over here. You were at 0. So that's not right, is it? No. Well, okay, I'll just compensate for it this way. It's fine. So you get your match. That left goes to the right. So that 0 comes over here. I could have also added 1 here so that I could have 10s in all these places, but you know what? This is just as good. It saves an instruction. So you subtract that 0. You're going to sub 1, JLZ done. Okay, so move 1 down. So you're getting that 0. So pull that 1 up off of there. Move it there. So then move down up, move down left. Looks fine. You jump to loop, you jump to P2. Ah, that's the problem. So you don't want to jump to P2 there. The J row controls when you do that with this -3. So what you want to jump to is wait. Okay, so that should fix that problem. This is slow, but that's fine. Okay, well, let's see what it does. It deadlocks. as soon as I hit the button. So something's wrong with... Okay, what did you deadlock on? You're waiting for the... Okay, yeah, you're trying to move from an empty stack. So your count was off. Somehow. Okay, so a good place to break would be there. So first one goes fine. Second one, something goes wrong. You're at 0 again. Why? Oh, because you never added that right again. I see. Right. Okay, so I didn't need to correct for this because the wrong value was coming in. It's just always a 0. So you don't even do this. What happens instead... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... is that you move. So I guess you swap again and then move AC right. Better hope you don't need any more instructions because you're out of space now. Zoom. Great. How are those counts? They look wrong. Why are there so many zeros in here? That looks wrong. Oh, just because you got to your -1 and didn't handle it. That's the reason. Okay, so let's see if the counts are right. So we're going to pause here. How many zeros are there? 3. How many 1s are there? 4. How many 3s are there? I mean, how many 2s are there? 0. Yeah. 4 3s, 4 4s. This looks correct. Yes, okay. I've totally done it. So all I have to do is then convert that to output. I could use this route. I'm not touching these nodes. I don't think I need to, though. I think it's going to fit in these. Seems likely. Okay, so I think you got here. Let's see if you did. Yes, you totally sat there. Okay, so when you get here, you probably need a J row up or something. Well, no, why don't I just like let these starve? Let this one starve. Let you just do whatever the heck you're going to do when you don't know what to do. Yeah, you'll just starve on this input. And I'll bypass it and go over here. That's easier than trying to put a whole new thing in here, isn't it? But I don't think it's necessary. No, I can totally fit it in here. Let's save those nodes. Like, look at all this instruction space. I can definitely do that. And you already have a J row. It's fine. Just do it. So, P3. So P3, first you want to do a J row offset. And you're going to need one for this. Okay, so that sounds pretty sensible to me. So your offset is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's good. Now you just need a 1 before you receive this. Okay, so that'll slow down the pipeline, but it's fine. So right, then you're pulling this out, you're pulling that out. You're going to put this into a different phase first. 1, 2, 3. Sure. Right, so here's where the logic actually happens. So that's just the number of those. AC will start with 0, so that's fine. I don't need to initialize it. Let's have you just count the number of times that's going to happen. This is looking awfully familiar. I think I did that right. So, right, so you take that value, stick it over here, then that's going to repeat a 1 for the number of times that value happened. So move something else. I'm going to guess 3. That's probably wrong. Anyway, so you start with 0 in your ACK. JRow, right. Move ACK down, jump weight. Yes. So then label's already defined. Okay, so weight 2. Right. Again, a reason to have 2 JRows in a node is if you're listening to 2 different nodes. You just wouldn't want to have 2 JRows from the same direction on 2 separate lines in a node, almost certainly. Could maybe save you a cycle in some cases. Anyway, right. So, yeah, I'm almost done here. I'm almost done. This is all good. So, right. You receive the count for that index. If you're subbing one already, this should be an LZ. Okay, and then for that number of times, you will move a 1 to the left. This is correct. So you're sending a 0 down. 1, 2, 3, yup. Add 1. Jump P3. Sure, I think I'm done. Right. This is going to take its time, and then enter phase 3. You know what? Let's do this. Let me zoom through that, because we already saw... Oh. Something went wrong. You're just counting 1s forever. An instruction offset changed, and I didn't update it. Which one? Probably this. So you can move -3 up. Yeah, okay, because of this. This turns to -4? So when done, 2, 3, 4 looks right. Okay, so zoom over here, great. Then let's just run at normal speed. 0, 0, deadlock. Okay, I see what's missing. Great. Run, zoom. Run slow. Run slow. Run slow. Well, it's doing stuff. It's not the right stuff, but it's doing stuff. Looks like I have an off by 1 here, and you're not adding enough or something? Okay, so what went wrong? Let's zoom through there. And move left down, sure. You're going to phase 3, great. P3L, phase 3 loop. So you're going to read that from there and put it there and put it there. So you get that, great. Add 1? What? That's not right at all. I guess it doesn't matter, but this is wrong for one thing. Okay, so this add 1 is incorrect. You're already on JRow right. But right, you got the value of 2. Right, that's the count of 1s. But wait, why was it 2? That sounds wrong. Oh, it's backward. Yeah-oh. Oh no, it's backward. Shoot. Okay, that's a problem. It's backward. Can I move a bogus value over here and have it empty the stack all the way down there? Maybe? Without adding anything to it? I think that's would work. That would take a bunch of instructions here, though, to like wait for that to be done and stuff to do the rest of this, which means I probably want to redirect along that route. Oh dear. Okay, so... However, you know what I could do instead? Is I could totally just reverse my order of counting, I imagine. Okay, so let's see if I can get backward output out of this first. Why did this break after the first one of its things, is what I would like to know. There's the add one there, which is wrong, but doesn't matter because that just gets overwritten by this. Anyway, right, so the 2 comes down. That's the number of 9s. Goes in there. So you're going to repeat that twice. So you J-row for once. A 0 comes down. Then you do it again. Wait 2, J right, move 1 left, yes. Move back down, sub 1, JLZ next. Yeah, so you add 1, move 3 left. To make you add 1, that's the add 1 that actually matters. You jump to P3. You get the 1, which is the... How did you get a 1? You didn't get a 1, you got a 12. A 12? At 12? This 12? Yes, okay, so this here's a thing I need. I knew it felt wrong that I had done this here, but not here, but I didn't think about it. Okay, so you were getting a J-row offset. That's all wrong. All right, so let's see if this gives correct backward output. So 2 9s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, looks like it. I'll just verify the first couple and assume the rest are right. Okay, so now I just need to reverse my thingy, which should be very easy. Just do this. Not quite. No, that is fine, because you never check to see if you reach 0. You don't care. Okay, so that should just reverse it, right? Well, no. Something has already gone wrong. What? Hold on, so... Really? Jez match. You're not getting a match straight away. Because that's a 1. Hold on, so this works, but this doesn't? This should literally be the same thing, just reversed. It is not obvious to me why this deadlocks. Move up left. So right, you pull out a value. You get a 1 to the left. Oh, is it because... No? Oh, no, I think I know exactly what it is. It's because what you want to do is this also needs to be reversed. Right? Does it? I don't know. Maybe. I reversed one thing but didn't reverse the other thing, so now it looks happier, maybe? Yeah, because like the number of times you needed to pull out of here... Yes, that totally makes sense. Reversing this would have implications for that. It's hard to put this into words, but anyway, I reversed counting in one place and I had to also reverse it in the other. Okay, I took out my breakpoint, so let's just let this run at its speed. So 9's the slowest one of those to count. No, let's... Oh, did you deadlock? -1. I had corrected for this or something? Move left, add 1. Let's say. I don't know. That's wrong. Hang on, was it, what happened? You got to the 5. This is full of values. You have a -1. That's the first 0 you encounter. Sub 1 JLZ done. Not really using my brain here. I'm just kind of jiggling things around and hoping they'll work. You know, that technique. All right, so what's going wrong? This works for a while, but once it hits a 0, I'm going to try and catch it. Once it hits a 0, like this is emptied properly. Why would a 0 throw it off? Somebody has a jez that it's getting hit or something. I don't know. So anyway, 9's coming in. 0's coming in. I need to wait for that to start emptying. Okay, so JLZ done. Move -4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move up, ACK. JRow up, sure. JLZP3, move 1 down. Okay, right, so here comes the 0. There we go. It was the next in queue. All right, so this has to go through its whole process, but let's see what it does. So the first one should match, right? You should get a match. You didn't. Shouldn't you have? Move ACK left. Oh, you add 1 immediately. So you're off by 1. Okay. Fine. Let's just correct that off by 1 by giving it an offset. So yeah, there wasn't a 0 in there being detected, basically. Okay, so it was off by 1. I wonder if I have the same thing here and I'm going to have to correct for it. Maybe. But didn't I try that and it deadlocked right away? Well, not this time. Add 1 sub 1 JLZ done. That sounds dumb. Again, not really using my brain, just kind of jiggling things around until they work. Let's see what it does with the 0. This program's slow. There will be significantly faster implementations of this, I am certain. I just want to see this work. So here comes that 0. I think it went past it. Okay, so looks good. And I think this is actually going to fully work, right? That's my theory. Going to speed it up and try and catch it to before it hits the end, just so we can see. Phase 3. Hey, look! It all works. Neat. Okay, just as planned. Oh, really? 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 There's a -1 at the end I have to write. Fine. Okay. Fine. So, okay, right, so I decided this was unnecessary. Sub 1, move left ACK. How do I do that? How do I know when to terminate? Yeah-oh. How do I know when to terminate? Who's counting? you're counting. It's 10, right? I think it's 10. Let's try that. Zoom, unzoom. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yay! It worked. Okay, 59, 18 cycles. All right. So I was right. That wasn't so bad. Just kind of fiddly and weird. I had to jiggle some things around, make some reversals. Yeah. Zoom, 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 zoom. Can't even see the output. And it works. Cycle count's a bit above average. There's a small spike near where I am, so I feel like I did a not too uncommon solution, but I mean, I know I was doing this slowly. Again, I just kind of wanted to get it done. My node count's real good, though. 6 looks nice. Instruction counts, not so great, but you know, I'm okay with that solution. It could be improved. But I thought of a concept, I implemented it fully, and with a little bit of debugging, it did end up working. Neat. Okay, I'm satisfied enough with that. Well, check it out. I only have one row left. I'm actually getting close to the end here. So it's still a race between this and the Odyssey for which one will finish first. I have no idea. It could totally be either one. Whichever one does will take the other's place, as I've said before. All right, cool. These sound exciting. And I'm sure that's going to be like some sort of story conclusion or something. These two are just like normal puzzles. But yeah, beyond here, it's going to get weird. All right, cool. I'll see you next time for maybe the last non-funky puzzles.